Death has come knocking at the city gates. The catastrophe spread by these devilish vermin consumed the capital of the Empire of the Isles, the city of Dunwall. Those infected by the devastating plague were named as Weepers, striding along the streets like walking corpses. And rats started to multiply, infesting all over the streets. The prey became the predator, devouring humans. In desperate need of a cure, the Empress, Jessamine Caldwin, sends to seek aid from across the Isles her most trustful royal protector and secret paramour, Corvo Attano.
Take us straight to Dunwall Tower. Lord Corvo has news for the Empress, and we've come a long way.
The royal protector returns from the Empress's mission.
Shut her down, it's too low.
To deliver the letters he received from each city, he arrives at Dunwall Tower.
Hello, sir.
Lying on a beautiful landscape.
Corvo, you're back! Will you tell me about your trip, please? Were there any whales?
Daughter of the officially unwedded Empress, Emily Caldwin. Also the daughter of the Empress's secret paramour. Though not knowing the truth, she still treated Corvo like a father. While it was pleasant to see his daughter after a long time, as a royal protector, Corvo had a duty to fulfill first.
What news have you brought? This news is very bad. We're at the breaking point. Cowards! They're going to blockade us. They'll wait to see if the plague turns the city into a graveyard.
Are you okay, Mother? You seem sad.
Yes, don't worry, darling. Mother is fine. Wait, where are the guards? Who sent them away?
Mother, look! What are they doing on the rooftop?
What? Emily, come here!
The assassins appeared out of nowhere, parrying the swords of the masked assailants. Corvo manages to protect the Empress.
Corvo, thank you. If you hadn't been here...
No more! Not again!
Mommy!
No! Get away from her! Corvo!
Mommy! Get away!
Corvo, it's all coming apart. Find Emily. Protect her. You're the only one. You'll know what to do. Won't you? Corvo.
Ward us all. Look at what he's done. Yes, he's killed the Empress. What did you do with young Lady Emily, traitor?
Her own bodyguard. Ironic.
I'll see you beheaded for this, Corvo. Peg him.
This is your final chance, Corvo. Sign the confession, and let me give you the rights to put your spirit at ease.
That's enough for now. Get out. Let's give the man some time to think. Corvo, the Empress is dead. Her daughter Emily is hidden away, and no one will ever know the truth.
Yes, unlucky you. Tomorrow you'll be executed, but it's for a good cause. This country needs strong leadership now, someone to guide the weak. And that's where we come in.
There was nothing personal in this, even though you almost sank our plans. But it turned out well. You were in the wrong place at the right time, and someone has to take the fall.
The two villains who staged a regicide for power, Royal Spy Master Hiram Burrows and High Overseer Thaddeus Campbell. However, 6 months have passed since the Empress's death, and as Corvo was to die on the block by tomorrow, there seemed to be nothing he could do.
You should eat, Corvo. This meal comes from a friend.
Salvation from an anonymous friend. Deciding to take this final opportunity, Corvo picks up the weapon for his grand escape. Months of imprisonment may have exhausted his body, but the instinctive covertness that remained awakened his senses as a royal protector, and past the piles of fallen guards and blasting through the gates, Corvo manages to escape the prison, away from the pursuers and into the sewers. Corvo discovers the gift prepared by his friends. Uses the amazing equipment they provided, and meets the boatman waiting to escort him.
I'm a friend. I'm Samuel, and I work for some good people who want very much to meet you. Well, they said you'd come out here. I can still hardly believe it. I'll take you to meet them. Just down the river from here.
Hence, boarding Samuel's boat, Corvo reaches an old pub named the Hound Pits, and finally meets his anonymous friend.
Yes, we can continue this later, Lord Pendleton. The man of the hour is here. Corvo, I'm Admiral Havelock, a true servant of the Empire, like you, until the Lord Regent purged those of us who wouldn't recognize his claim on the throne.
And I'm Lord Trevor Pendleton. I represent the nobility in our little group, but we all act as equals here at the Hound Pits pub.
This is a momentous occasion, Corvo. I'm going to come out with it.
6 months ago, after betraying the Empress, Royal Spymaster Hiram took the role of Lord Regent. As a justification to stop the plague, the Watchguards oppressed the civilians even further, and with Campbell's forces within the Abbey of the Everyman, the zealous military faction of overseers, the Lord Regent was seizing enormous power. However, there were those whose goal was to overthrow him, with retired Navy Admiral Farley Havelock and the youngest child of Lord Pendleton, Trevor Pendleton, at its core. The group seeks to find the Empress's missing daughter, to restore the royal lineage. They were the loyalist conspiracy, unable to fight against his mighty authority on their own. The group rescued the talented former royal protector to stand up against the Lord Regent together. However, the loyalist conspiracy was not the only one willing to aid Corvo.
Hello, Corvo. Your life has taken a turn, has it not? The Empress is dead. Her precious daughter Emily is lost somewhere in the city, and you will play a pivotal role in the days to come. For this I have chosen you and drawn you into the void. I am the outsider, and this is my mark. There are forces in the world and beyond the world, great forces that we call magic, and now these forces will serve your will. Use this newfound power, my gift to you. Come find me.
The outsider, who gives the power of the void to those that piqued interest, and enjoying the consequences that follow, was a mysterious, supernatural entity. In the land of dreams where everything felt real, Corvo freely tests the abilities he is given. And after bidding farewell with the outsider with high expectations,
But know that I will be watching with great interest.
he returns to reality once again. The next day, The loyalists advised to eliminate High Overseer Campbell
Private journal. Once you've
and
eliminated
locate the
him,
whereabouts
get the
of
journal,
Emily from his
because we
journal.
think it contains Emily's location. Recovering her is obviously critical, assuming she's alive.
Ahead of this extremely dangerous mission, talented inventor Piero Joplin provides Corvo equipment, as well as a special mask designed just for him.
Fit must be precise. There. Can you see normally?
And getting all set for his first revenge, Corvo hops onto the boat. Corvo arrives at Dunwall's distillery district. Neither the city guards roaming the streets, nor the wall of light that disintegrates all that passes, could stop the royal protector, now wielding the outsider's powers. Swiftly passing through the main street, he encounters Teague Martin, a captured agent of the Loyalist.
What a sight you are in that mask. I know who you are and what you're here to do, and I can help. Unlock me and I'll buy you a drink in a couple of days.
After setting the fellow conspirator free, Corvo heads straight toward the High Overseer's office. But the highly trained masked overseers, to combat magical forces which the Abbey rejects, were still formidable enemies. Avoiding the Overseer's visions,
Have you ever seen
and if necessary, slicing their throats in an instant. Finally, Corvo faces Campbell,
Big time?
resisting the temptation to end his life immediately. A revenge sweeter than death suddenly crosses his mind. A punishment all overseers of the Abbey wish to avoid, applicable to corrupted overseers that have failed to abide by the 7 strictures, and for High Overseer Campbell with all sorts of insidious sins. This was truly a worthy punishment. The first revenge has been served. Now he will be excommunicated, living a life worse than that of livestock. Satisfied with the work he has done, Corvo is congratulated back at the Hound Pit's pub.
Somehow you took down the High Overseer Campbell against the odds.
And the following day heads back to Havelock.
Corvo, I trust you remember Martin, an overseer before and perhaps again someday soon.
I owe you thanks for my rescue.
Indeed, you've given us a glimmer of hope, Corvo, because we've gotten what we wanted from Campbell's journal. You've done it. We know where Emily Caldwin is being held.
The Golden Cat, of all places. A bathhouse for aristocrats. Little better than a cursed brothel.
But there's an unfortunate twist. It appears that Pendleton's own kinsmen stand in our way. The twins, Morgan and Custis.
Finally, Emily's location has been revealed. Handed over to the twin lords, Morgan and Custis Pendleton. She was held prisoner at the Golden Cat, a pleasure house where a young child does not belong. Past the Bottle Street, now with reinforced security. Corvo arrives at the Golden Cat. It rather seemed this establishment had more guards than it has guests and courtesans. And to rescue Emily as fast as possible from this degenerate cesspit of perverts.
Oh, that's good. I deserve that one. Shall I?
Corvo ransacks the building, locates the Pendleton twins,
How on earth do you know that?
and made them pay the price. For robbing him of his daughter. Before he finally reunites with Emily.
Why are you wearing that mask? Corvo? mask to sneak around, aren't you? They told me you were head chopped off in the prison, dead, like Mother. That seems like a long time ago. But you're not dead. Now we can leave. I have a plan. I almost got away twice. There's a special door to come and go for special people, and I'll show you. And if anyone tries to stop us, you can fight them.
And so, rescuing the royal princess,
Did the business, did you, Corvo?
Corvo safely returns to the Hound Pits.
Young Lady Emily, I'm Callista. I'll be caring for you and schooling you while you're with us.
What the Loyalists cannot achieve for months, Corvo managed in mere days, and the Loyalists' request for another favor, which was to capture Anton Sokolov alive, the scientist that integrated the Empire's technical marvels, such as the Walls of Light and Arc Pylons, gathering intel that the portrait of Lord Regent's secret mistress and one of his financiers was also drawn by the talented artist Sokolov. In order to reveal her identity, the Loyalists believed they needed Sokolov. As an important figure in the Empire, the road headed towards Sokolov's house was filled with obstacles. However, as Corvo enhanced his supernatural abilities, could blast gusts of wind and freeze time and place. Showing manifestations of the void and wielding the outsider's power, the assassin reaches Sokolov's house and easily defeating the overseers that were guarding the residence. He manages to capture Sokolov alive.
Sorry, Admiral. I cannot help you.
The next morning, having no intentions to give an answer, Sokolov talked nothing but nonsense.
My willpower is quite legendary.
But Corvo was not a very patient man.
Sorry, Sokolov.
No. Not right. Stop! Stop! I will tell you what you need to know. I'm obliged to safeguard Dunwall's greatest intellectual asset. I can only tell you so much. I was not permitted to see her face or hear her full name. She called herself Lady Boyle. You see, I painted her from behind.
The Lord Regent's mistress is revealed as Lady Boyle, as a major supporter through her crystal mining business. Removing her would also cut his source of funds, and the Lord Regent's influence should dwindle. To participate in Lady Boyle's masquerade ball, Corvo hurries back to the city,
Land right in.
and with his mask befitting the occasion,
Look at that mask.
he was easily able to blend into the party. But the Boyle ladies turned out to be three sisters, dressed identically with only color variations, hosting a guessing game on who is the real Lady Boyle.
Well, I know for a fact that Waverly's in white.
And so Corvo converses with the other guests,
Sure, he's just doing his job.
seeking out the Lord Regent's secret mistress.
I know your mission tonight. We must speak. Privately. I'm a friend of Pendleton's, and I've done a few favors for your cause. I know your purpose here tonight. And, how to say this, your target is the woman I love. I swear that if you'll bring her to me unharmed, you will never hear of her again. There's a cellar directly below the kitchen. I'll wait for you there. I'm not proud of this, but surely it's better than seeing her killed. Her name is Waverly. I won't harm her, I swear. I'm a man of means. Just bring her to the cellar and I will keep her safe with me.
Corvo identifies his target, immediately approaching Waverly Boyle.
What? Why? Who sent you?
He lures her to the cellar and easily subdues her.
You'll never know how happy you've made me. Someday she'll learn to appreciate me. After all, she'll have her whole life.
Corvo, the time has come.
Now, all arrangements have been made.
Everything that you have done.
With Lady Boyle disappeared, the Lord Regent is defunded. Campbell is no longer available to provide the Abbey support. And the Loyalists' most important objective, Emily, was also rescued. There was no better time to remove the Lord Regent and reinstate the royal bloodline.
Good luck, Corvo.
I'm not sure what else we could say, other than our hopes are riding on you.
Receiving the blessing of Havelock and Martin, to return to the beginning and the end of this whole event, Corvo set sail toward Dunwall Tower. With no sight of its former beauty, Dunwall Tower was heavily fortified, armed with indestructible watchtowers that fire explosives, and tallboys, the pinnacle of the Empire's technology. Rushing into the fortress without a second thought, Corvo traverses to locate Hiram, and against a myriad of guards, he bends time and summons rats in a surreptitious yet bold manner. As he enters the Lord Regent's chamber, but a suspicious record catches his attention.
If I explain, then you will see I am not at fault. My poverty eradication plan was meant to bring prosperity to the city, to rid us of those scoundrels who waste their days in filth and drink, without homes or occupations other than to beg for the coin for which the rest of us toil. And it was a simple plan. Bring the disease-bearing rats from the Pandician continent and let them take care of the poor for us.
The shocking truth reveals. Months before the plague ravaged, Hiram loathed the poor, and judging they would bring harm to the Empire, devised the poverty eradication plan, releasing the rat plague in Dunwall's poorest quarters. But due to the rat population getting out of control, the plague spread throughout the entirety of Dunwall, and the rich and poor were feasted upon all the same. Hence, as the Empress started an investigation on the plague, in fear of his schemes being discovered, Hiram hired skilled assassins to murder the Empress. Not only his beloved, but also countless innocent people. How many had to die by the hands of one man? Corvo could broadcast his confession and allow the citizens to be the judge of the Lord Regent. But when the revenge for the innocent lives was so near, there was no need for hesitation.
Campbell! How is it even possible? My mind reels. You're the one who's been tearing at us, taking out my allies. But what game is this? Why come back now? You've gotten away, despite my efforts. Everyone believes you killed the Empress. And now, I'll have you put down like a dog, and history will remember me as the one who avenged her death.
A duel with Lord Regent Hiram. The blade of a recreant cowering behind his men was no stronger than a child holding a toothpick against Corvo.
Attention Dunwall citizens. Hiram Burroughs, once known as the Lord Regent, is no longer in power. His corrupt and illegitimate regime has come to a close. Long live the Empress!
Finally, Hiram's regency comes to an end. The loyalist conspiracy welcomes Corvo with applause and raises a toast
to Corvo,
for a new age.
The man who served to change the course of history.
To Emily Caldwell, and the new dawn rising for Dunwall and the Empire.
I must have a portrait made. Maybe Sokolov will do it, after what we've been through here.
Congratulations, Mr. Corvo.
You are an impressive man, Corvo.
Samuel, you move like you've been drinking. Did the poison work its magic? Is he dead?
It better have worked. It cost me a month's profit.
Yes, sir. I believe Corvo has breathed his last. Just as you wanted.
You've done a fine job, then.
Remember, we need the body. If we come forward with the corpse of the man who murdered the Empress, we'll be greeted as heroes.
Yes, it'll grant us legitimacy. We'll be the men who rescued Emily and brought down the Lord Regent and his assassin. You'll see to the body, won't you, Samuel?
Yes, sir. I'm sorry something terrible, Corvo, but I only gave you half the poison. They were watching me and it was all I could think to do. I think you're strong enough to survive that. I'll put you on a raft and then I've got to ship out myself before they find out I've gone against their wishes. Snakes. They'll want to do the same to me as soon as I've outlived my uses. Hopefully you'll wake up and find your way out of this cursed city.
The loyalist's betrayal of trust. Thankfully, Samuel only used half the poison, and Corvo barely averts death. But he was floating among disposed corpses, and the piercing shrieks of weepers as he drifted down the flooded district.
This is the one who was with the Empress when she died. Poisoned. Tivian stuff. Amateur work. He'll live. That's up to Daud.
I know a great deal, bodyguard. I recognize those marks on your hand. A gift from your friend. The one who talks to you in the dark. Talks to you when you visit his shrines. I visited those shrines too. And I know what it felt like to shove a blade into your Empress. But I don't know you. Who you are, and who you fight for. You're a mystery, and I can't allow that.
Leader of the Whalers gang, and the culprits of the regicide, Daud. Regaining consciousness, Corvo wonders why Daud didn't kill him. But being alive, doubts were of little importance. To pay a visit to Daud to take revenge for Jessamine and save Emily from endangerment, Corvo is once again on the move. Assuming control of a hagfish, Corvo quickly swims underwater, making full use of the Outsider's power. And deep inside an abandoned refinery, he manages to retrieve his gear. And claiming the lives of Whaler assassins that strike using the same magic as Corvo, he re-encounters Daud.
Now we fight the duel that no two others could fight against the ticking of the clock.
A duel between two assassins in the midst of distorted time.
I have to do this alone.
the two supernaturals gifted with the outsider's power fiercely tries to catch off each other's guard, continuing on their intense battle. But Daud's motivation, solely driven by money, was no match for Corvo's will to protect his dearest, and Daud succumbs to his defeat.
I have to speak with Corvo. Get out. I have one more surprise for you. I asked for my life when I killed your Empress and took her daughter. Something broke inside me.
Daud regrets the choices he made. This was the moment of revenge Corvo anticipated.
Make your choice.
But one cannot simply blame a tool without will. And Corvo was a man who can make his own destiny. Later, Corvo finally returns to the Hound Pits. Entering the only passage through the damp sewers, Corvo walks a treacherous path for his homecoming, and reunites with Cecilia, who always greeted him at the pub.
Please, no! Oh, it's you, Corvo. Thank the stars. We all thought you'd been killed, except for Samuel. He seemed sure you'd survived. I saw him on the river shortly before the killing began. He was smart enough not to come ashore, but I'll bet he's still out there. Looking for you is my guess.
The Hound Pits turned into a bloody sight. Arrogantly, Havelock has taken the role of Lord Regent, hiding himself inside King Sparrow Fort with Emily, and excluding Trevor and Martin, points the rest of the Loyalists as enemies, decimating his former allies and searching for the remaining members in hiding. Hence, against the massive military force capable of war, Corvo uses Pierre's special equipment and the power of the Void to deflect explosive arrows back at the tall boys, or killing multiple enemies in a split second, and proficiently carries on the fight, managing to find the two technicians who were lying close.
Corvo, good to see that you still breathe. The city would not be the same if you were not with us. I've completed Piero's work on an arc pylon, but only just.
This arc pylon is more powerful than the older design. It will function at a greater range, striking down our foes while ignoring us. All that remains is plugging in a whale oil tank to power it. Will you do the honor? Amazing, simply amazing. Destruction on a grand scale.
And so Corvo successfully rescues his betrayed comrades.
So many lives silenced in an instant.
Now to eliminate the 3 avaricious traitors and save the only family he has. Once again,
thought I'd find you here.
Corvo hops onto Samuel's boat.
All I can say is it has been a pleasure serving with you. Maybe after all this is settled, we'll see each other again. Good luck, Corvo. If anyone deserves it, you do.
Finally, Corvo reaches his final destination.
After she's on the throne, she won't have time for an old man like me.
The fortress tolerated no trespassers and was held under tight security. But the blade of a father trying to save his daughter knew no hesitancy. Whether it was 1 or 2 or however many there were, Getting past the enemies standing in his way, Corvo enters the fort's interior.
It's not the best you can do. You disappoint me, Martin.
Why don't you come down and settle this man to man?
The view is nice up here. I'm not moving.
Don't try to act brave, you worthless piece of inbred shit.
Come and get me if you're so strong.
Stupid blue blood. Let's see how you like this.
Martin, you couldn't hit me if I was standing next to you.
After all, the traitors have even turned their backs on each other. Martin, godless, and making excuse after excuses.
It weighs on a man's mind heavily.
And Trevor, already dying from his wounds, were barely worth the revenge.
You should meet my cousin Celia.
Drowning by their own greed.
But I'm not going to give you the privilege. I was born into nothing, and it's nothing I'll return to.
Silently watching the traitor's demise,
Someone get over here!
and searching for his final target, Corvo heads to the top of the lighthouse, standing at the center of the fortress.
Quiet! Move already, child!
Emily was in danger. Corvo ran as fast as his legs could carry him, but Havelock was already prepared for death.
He won't! Will you?
But
Is that magic? Can I run now?
Havelock has played his last card. Gathering his senses, Havelock desperately charges toward Corvo, but for a worthless traitor to withstand. Corvo's indignation was far too overwhelming.
So ends the interregnum, and now Emily Caldwin the First will take her mother's throne after a season of turmoil. You will stand at her side, Corvo, guiding her young mind and protecting her from those who seek to exploit her or cause her harm. So it is with the passing of the plague and Emily's ascension comes a golden age brought about by your hand. And decades hence, when your hair turns white and you pass from this world, Empress Emily, Emily the Wise, at the height of her power, will lay your body down within her mother's great tomb, because you are more to her than royal protector. Farewell, Corvo.